Καλησπέρα σας, καλοί φίλοι τηλεθεατές. Good evening to you. Welcome to our program, a new season. And before I go further, I'd like to say a big thank you to our sponsors, Mr. Melis Ouris and the two homes, Anastasia Lodge and Not Martens. And welcome. And I'd like to welcome Leon Giannis.
Bravo, thank you.
Καλώς όρισες.
Oh, thank you.
Είσαι καλά?
Καλά, όλα καλά.
Good. We're going to talk in English, and I know you prefer English, but if you want to say something in Greek, you are welcome.
Bravo.
Yes, it's between us, but it's the first time you're here, and I'm glad you are here because it's something very interesting. I like to talk about it, and you're going to give us all the details. First of all, we go back, ταξίδι στο παρελθόν, back to the future.
Ναι.
Θέλω να μάθω, I wanted to know about you. Who is Leon Giannis?
Ναι.
I mean, where you born, young age, your family, both Cypriots?
Ναι.
Okay, your parents, where they come from? Okay, give us all the details.
I guess I have a very typical story of maybe my generation where in the 50s my parents were looking for a better life, more opportunities.
Like every Cypriot.
Like every Cypriot was. And my parents came to London, had a child, thought it was too cold, went back to Cyprus, had a child.
Today?
He came back to London.
Oh my God. Every time when they had a child, they were going back to Cyprus.
And then coming back.
How many children they have?
There were 7.
7? No. My God, 7?
No.
And you are the first one? Or?
I'm the number 5.
5?
No.
In between.
So,
okay, very interesting.
No.
Tell us more about this.
So by the time my parents...
How many times they went backwards and forward? 7 times?
No. So by the time I think number 4 came, they thought, okay, we're gonna settle in London. So my parents were really established in London. But when I say established, again, like very common of that, the Greek Cypriot community coming over, one relative comes over.
And bring the other.
And then they're going to help their auntie come over, or their brother, their sister, a cousin.
Okay.
And that was how it was. My relatives helped my parents rent a room, rent a small place. And then eventually my parents they were given a council house. And in Islington, which was a bit unusual for...
Islington?
Yeah, that was a bit unusual for Greek
Not many Greeks, Cypriots.
Yeah, that was unusual for the time. So I grew up in Islington.
Okay.
And growing up in Islington in the 70s, sometimes in life you get lucky, just chance.
Yeah.
10 minutes from where I was living, there was the Anashir Theatre, a drama club. It wasn't a stage school.
Yeah, drama club. Yeah.
A drama club after school for children, for young children. And I went to the teacher and I asked if I could come for one of the classes. You had to put your name down. So that was really where the dream began. And the dream was really to act.
Can I ask you, before I forget, your parents, which village they came from?
So my father is from Assos.
Arsos Lemesou.
Ναι, μπράβο.
They have a very nice wine there. They produce nice wine.
They do.
Κρασί.
And my mum is from just Limassol as well.
All right, good. And we carry on with this, but your family, 2 parents and 7 children altogether.
Yeah.
Anybody else involved in theater or?
No, nobody.
No, nobody.
Nobody.
Not. Different arts or whatever.
I have no idea why I wanted to act. There was nobody.
It was that club and you went to, you like it?
Yeah, there was nobody who was not a dancer, not a singer, not. But,
all right. So, and what they were doing, your parents, when they came over here?
So, my mum with 7 children was a very busy...
He was cooking all the time, I suppose.
A busy mum, busy housewife, cleaning, etc.
But your father?
And my dad, he did a really unusual job for the 1950s, 1960s. My dad was putting in central heating in people's houses in those early days.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was really unusual.
Yeah, yeah,
And,
for a Cypriot to do that. Yeah.
Really unusual.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember once he came home and he put in central heating for one of the Beatles.
Ah,
Yeah, like because
Did he manage to get an autograph?
Well, I don't. He wasn't smart enough to ask for
Imagine.
an autograph. No.
My God.
So 7 children. That was tough for my parents.
Yes,
To-
yes. Are they all living here?
Most of my siblings are now living here, and one of my sisters moved back. Andonita, who was born in Cyprus, she moved back to Cyprus.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
She still live there.
and
yeah.
she's still there in Buffos.
Okay, Buffalo, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Good, good. All right, and then what's happened then when you went to the club? I mean, you liked it? And
Yeah, I did it more for a hobby,
Yeah.
but deep down I knew that I wanted to be really a classical actor.
Uh-huh.
But what was interesting from the word go,
To be or not to be?
be or
this
not
kind
to
of
be,
thing, yeah.
exactly. And people would say to me, well, there isn't much work for
This kind of
for
actors.
foreigners.
Yeah, yeah.
I was
Well,
told from the very
especially
beginning.
for foreigners, yes.
I was told that from the
Yeah.
beginning. So, but that didn't really stop me. So I just continued.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then from a very young age, I don't know where I got it from, I just had the confidence to write some letters, and I was writing to everyone and anyone
Okay.
saying, I'm a young actor. Do you have any work? Well, I think if I was to receive a letter from a young 15-year-old saying, here's my photo,
Yeah.
here's some work that I'd
You
like to
will
do,
help them.
I would help
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
And that's exactly
This is
what,
how I do, yeah.
that's what happened to me.
So, okay, and when did you become a teacher? Because you do more teaching. When did you
So
become a teacher?
I did act. I acted by myself. I got work. Then I went and trained for 3 years as a classical actor
Okay.
in the only Stanislavski school in London, the
London,
Drama
yes.
Centre.
Uh-huh.
And I did this for about 20 years. And I got some really amazing work.
Uh-huh.
But I was aware
Yeah.
the lack of opportunities for ethnic, as
Yeah.
we say, ethnic actors. So by 30 and 35, I was exhausted of trying to find work, trying to create work.
It was difficult, yeah.
And then I said to someone, I'm not good, I don't want to act anymore. It's not making me happy. There's no work out there.
You turned to teaching.
And someone said to me, you're really good with text.
Uh-huh.
Why don't you coach actors? And I
Yeah.
thought, I don't know. And then one of my friends said, look, I have a young actor. He's in a film.
He's interested
He needs
to,
help.
Yeah. Okay.
He needs help. Can you help him with the script?
Ah, good.
I said, send him to me.
Yeah.
And that was, so 24 years ago, that was
Uh-huh.
how it started.
Yeah, good. You're still doing it.
Still
Yeah.
do it. Yeah.
And you have some famous, students.
Students,
Yes.
yeah. It's interesting because for most of my career, I've never discussed who I worked with, and maybe that attracted people.
Mm-hmm.
But then recently, one of my students is Lulu, the singer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
She's brilliant. I
she's
like her.
so
Yeah,
kind,
yeah.
60 years in the business as a singer.
Yeah, yeah.
She's so kind and she's so generous, and she really wanted to support me. And she recently won an award, Best
Wow.
Supporting Actress,
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
Arthur's Whiskey that we worked on. And she said to me, please use this for your campaign,
Definitely,
to
yeah.
raise awareness for the
Uh-huh.
play, and etc.
So you do the teaching, every day, or do you have
Every
certain
day,
hours? Or what?
yeah. So nobody in the arts, no one in the arts has a 9-to-5 job.
No.
It's, one day you're working 12 hours,
And then,
one day you're
yeah.
working 3, one day
Okay.
you're working. So I teach young people starting out, 16, 17, 18, they want to be an actor. Okay, we're going to start from the beginning.
Yeah.
I work with experienced actors who come and they say to me, Leon, I have a play or a film to do, and I just need some guidance. Am
Yeah.
I making the right choices?
Yeah.
Maybe they feel a bit rusty, or they just want some support. I help people
Yeah.
audition. So when you're ready to audition for your feature film,
Yeah.
I'm the man that you come to, Vasily. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, definitely.
You get a free session.
Yeah, definitely.
Good.
Anyway, now, all these are good, and all this
Yeah.
24 years you say you've been
Yeah.
doing that and all this kind of thing. But this time you're doing something, you're going further.
Yeah.
You're doing something different. How You, I mean, what was the reason for you to decide to write a play? Was it something you want to express? And, you know, tell me about it.
For several years now,
Yeah.
I've been wanting to write my aunt's story. Like many Greek Cypriot people,
Yeah.
my aunt still lives in Cyprus. She lost her home on the north side. And when they opened the border, one day, without telling anyone, my aunt took a taxi.
And
to
she
the
went
bo-
to,
She knocked on the
Her
door
house.
of her house.
Hmm.
And a young Turkish Cypriot girl answers the door. And, you know, my aunt says, of course, you know, are your parents home? And the girl says, just me. Okay. And my aunt says, can I wait, please?
Yeah.
Well, the girl doesn't want to let a stranger into the house.
Yeah.
She's scared as well. So she's a girl, 17, 18. My aunt says, it's okay, I can wait outside.
Yeah.
The play is what happens on that day.
Yeah, between the two women.
These two women, different ages, different religions, different
Okay.
cultures, from different sides
Yes.
of the island.
Uh-huh.
And the play really is about what, at the beginning, is about, seems to be about discomfort and hostility and aggression and division and war and conflict. And actually, these two women have more in common.
Okay.
And they're looking, both of these women are looking for a future full of hope.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then at the end, what's happened? I mean, what is a happy ending? I mean,
Well, I didn't want to over romanticize a very real story, because there's lots of questions in the end of Act 1, and then in the end of Act 2, there's all these amazing ideas about things they can do for maybe helping. Maybe
other.
they can work together. Maybe they can do something. Maybe they can share some ideas and
Yeah.
create some.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And one of the characters says, are these real ideas or just dreams?
Yes, yes, yes.
And the other character...
But they can become, the dreams, they can become real stories,
Yeah.
real actions, you know.
Well, you said the word action, and that's really important for me, because I said it's a play about hope.
Yeah, about hope.
But what's really important for me, for people to understand, hope without action is meaningless.
Yes.
Our hope there's
Hope is
unification.
always there, but the point is,
Yeah.
it's actions, you know.
Action. Actions speak. Well, we say actions speak louder than words.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, tell me more about this. I mean, you complete the play, it's
Yeah.
ready now.
Yeah.
And you're already going to see some people, you're going to cast it,
So-
and you're going to put it on at Theatro Tέχνης. Give us more details about when, where, and all this kind of thing.
Yeah. 3 days after I finished writing the play, I sent it to some friends, to my friend
To get ideas, to
To
get
Lucy-
their reactions.
Lucy and from Theatro Tēchnis, and Kerry Michael from Theatro Tēchnis. And I didn't expect the feedback that I was going to get. Lucy loved it, and then she said to me, Kerry Michael, who helps run Theatro Tēchnis, said to me, Kerry wants to ring you. I didn't know what he was going to say. He rang me and he said to me, I love this play, and how can I help you?
Yeah.
So Theatro Tēchnis is now on board as co-producers,
Uh-huh.
and the play is going to go on for a week next March, the 11th to the
You have
15th
dates
of
as well,
March.
yes.
Yeah, that's now set. And today, Kerry told me that the tickets are going on sale.
They are on sale as
They're
well.
on
yeah.
sale online.
Yeah. Ah,
You can
good.
buy them online from the theatre. And so what's interesting is I feel that the process is organically growing. I've now got a short list of the actors that I'm going to call into audition for both the parts. And I'm in the process of fundraising to put the play on as well.
How long is the play? How long is it?
It's just under 2 hours. So maybe about 45, 50 minutes each act.
Is it monologues and dialogues, or
There's no...
no monologues?
There are monologues, but I've really tried to keep the play
In between them?
in very real time.
Uh-huh.
It takes place over a whole day.
Uh-huh.
We meet them in the morning
Uh-huh.
and we leave them early evening.
Okay.
So the day passes, but I've tried to keep it I've tried to keep all the kind of theatrical tricks out of the play because the story is real.
Yeah, yeah.
Nothing in the story is made up.
Yeah.
And they may be slightly different, like different stories put together, but everything that happens in the play that they say took place.
Yeah. Did you manage to speak to your aunt and to the other girl as well?
To the other girl, no.
But you speak to your aunt and
To my
she
aunt,
give you all the
yes, but
story,
this was a
the
story
detail.
that I knew really, not really well. I knew quite well. And I did speak to several people. I spoke to one of my cousins who was a young boy when the war took place in Cyprus. And I used bits of his story in the play as well. There are experiences that I had that are in this play. So I feel that the play, in a way, wrote itself. I feel that the two women, they spoke for themselves quite easily.
You know, there's similar stories, everywhere. I mean,
That's
if
right.
you speak to people, they experience similar stories everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because this is what's happened the last 50 years.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to actually see
Thank
the
you,
play,
Vasily.
and I wish you all the best. So, are you going to have music as well?
There is. I really don't like scene changes when I go and see a play. I'm not judging anyone's play.
No.
And yet, so the play takes place over a day. So I've used music to move and lighting to move the actors throughout the day, because the sun and the sounds and the light of Cyprus changes throughout the day. And I wanted the actors to really experience this. Like after scene one, my aunt is kept waiting outside the house for maybe an hour and 15 minutes. She's waiting outside the house. So she's going to use that little moment of music and light and sound to show that, maybe show how she feels about waiting outside her house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a very interesting story, and I'm sure it's going to be, a good play. I mean, even if you don't use much music, I'm
we have to
sure.
use music. It's Cyprus, so there has to be music.
Yeah. It has to be maybe a music that people can get familiar with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So so they can, just,
Help to connect to the
connect
story.
with the story.
Definitely.
All right. Did you manage to go to the other side yourself?
I was planning to go,
Yeah.
and when I wrote the play, I feel so sad that Cyprus is divided. I don't want to go.
Yeah.
I don't want to cross the border.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that to the island. I don't want to hand in a passport and get somebody to stamp a passport. And I don't want to be angry with anybody, but I felt really sad. Writing the play, I came across my own feelings about what I really felt. I was born in London, in Islington. But when people say to me, "Where are you from?"
Yeah.
I genuinely say, I'm a Greek Cypriot Londoner. And this play really connected me to that. I love this island.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, when you were young, you went to Greek school?
For a very short time. For a very short time, I did.
Okay, but you have connections with the community, the Cypriot community?
Yeah, and I go to the church in Kentish Town where I was baptised like everybody else.
Yeah.
Aos Andreas.
Aos Andreas, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, how about the Greek cuisine, Cypriot cuisine? I mean, you eat any?
Yeah, I'm in Camden, right? I live in Camden, so we still have
few Cypriot restaurants there as well. Yeah.
So we still have two of the original restaurants.
Yeah.
From the 50s, and they're amazing.
Yeah, I'm sure about your Greekness and Cypriot connections.
But I can't cook. Don't ask me to cook.
Yeah,
please.
I mean, I'm sure you try Fivo's food and
I love
his
food.
dishes, because he was with Kristalla, they were cooking nice Cypriot, like fasolya, lupja, kolokasi,
I think...
hello, Fibos and Kristalla.
Yes, lots of love to them.
Just say hello to them.
Yes. Otherwise they'll never forgive us. Tolmades, Kupepia.
All this, yes.
Oh my, so... Pagaronia to Funno.
You can't miss this. You can't miss this.
Just yeah.
You know, so I'm just wondering, when you're going to start rehearsing, are you going to leave your actors to improvise first and work, and then let them go, take the script and work with the script?
I like
because this is a way of Stanislavski. You know what I mean? You are a Stanislavski,
well, I trained as a Stanislavski, and in my coaching, even if I don't tell the students, it's really Stanislavski based. So for people who don't understand or know about Stanislavski, just be truthful. Be truthful. Try and connect with these characters. So I want the actors, in a way, to lead the rehearsals.
Okay.
So if an actor wants to improvise a bit, or maybe they want to come in with some garments, try some shoes or something, fantastic. I say to actors all the time, do what works for you.
And you know something, because you say something earlier on about you're going to choose unknown actress and two actresses. I think that's the best idea, because people, they're going to see them for the first time and they're going to realize, might be the real people, you know what I mean? So that's a good thought, good idea.
Yeah, well also, I really wanted to cast actors who are not known, because when I was young and I really struggled as an actor to find opportunities. So now that I'm in a position to try and help someone, I've put the auditions out to anybody.
So that's the reason I think I don't get any more work, because I'm known and
well, this is, I say, please, not Vasily in another play, please. Come on, employ somebody else.
Yes. Tell me about funding now. I mean, you haven't got any funding at the moment.
No.
So tell the people, I mean, the ones they might be able to help you, for funding. What do you want to tell our audience about it? I mean, how they can help.
The first thing I want to say is this is probably the most important piece of work I've done in my life. I'm not a writer, and yet this play wrote itself. This is about our history. I've always said, where are the Greek Cypriots? Where are we? And especially in the arts, where are we? I don't see us anywhere. It is so important for this story and our stories to be told, because I know that you're also doing a play.
Yes.
And it is so important for the community to support and fund these moments.
Yes.
Because it's not just about, I mean, I've approached some big foundations for funding.
You already approached some, or you're going to?
I've made some applications online. I'm waiting to hear. Some people said a definite no. I'm speaking to everyone and anyone. I need to raise about £20,000. And that sounds like a lot of money, but it's not, knowing our community. People can even put this against their tax, things like this. But the most important thing for me is all the people funding this project will be mentioned in the program, and it's something that they would want, an individual may want to do for themselves in given. I've often sponsored people or donated to things because for my friends, really, I may not even understand their cause or something, but I'm like, okay, that sounds like a good cause. So it is important for me, because I've spoken to so many Greek Cypriots so far, and as of yet, no one has given any funding. But I feel really confident that people will fund. I don't know. I just feel confident about that.
Hopefully, some of our audience might be, like the idea, and then, get in touch with you. Do you have any, website, or how can anyone get in touch?
How can they contact me? Well, the first thing is I'm going to put my glasses on just to make sure that I say this correctly, right? So Kerry Michael at Theatro Technis.
So it's a co-production with Theatro Technis, so they can contact.
They could contact Kerry Michael, Theatro Technis, and like for example, tickets go on sale today, and that's www.theatrotechnis.com. You can type in the name Pandora's Box. That's the name of the play, Pandora's Box. And if you type in play, Camden, Theatro Technis, Pandora's Box, something will come up.
Okay.
Or please contact me, Leon Gianni.
Okay.
You know,
remind us again about the dates.
Yeah.
You know, it's Theatro Technis, dates and times and all this kind of thing.
So the play is called Pandora's Box, the 11th to the 15th of March. And on Saturday, the 15th, there are 2 performances, 3 p.m., the matinee. And that's to encourage some people who maybe don't want to go out in the evenings. So Saturday, there'll be 2 performances, a matinee and an evening performance.
Okay.
The running time is not sure yet, but it will be probably about maybe 2 hours with an interval.
Okay.
Yeah. Ticket prices, this is important as well. So it's £19, the general fee, £16 a concession. But if anyone books before October the 31st, at the end of next month, they get tickets for
discount.
It's called the early bird
Yes.
discount, and the tickets will be £15.
Oh, all right, good.
And that's again to encourage people. I'm going to make a real effort as well over these months to go to our community centres and to speak to people personally. I really want to encourage my community to come to the theatre. If you don't know how to go online and book a ticket, please ask someone. Ask your nephew or your grandson or granddaughter or a neighbour to help you. But please come and support a play that is about our people.
Okay, what is your message for, and we're going to, conclude with that, message for young people, they want to get involved in arts, generally.
Yes.
What is your message?
Could I say it to camera?
Of course, take to camera, yes. And I can hear as well.
This, of course, I am.
Yes, I can see.
So, starting out in the arts, I was always told there's no jobs for you, there are no opportunities for you, you will never work. I had to work, I think, maybe a bit harder than other people, but I went to one of the best schools in the United Kingdom. I worked with some of the most famous directors and actors that we have in this country. As an acting coach, I've lost count how many amazing people I've worked with and had the privilege to coach from the beginning of their careers. So, if it's your dream, the first thing I'm going to say to you is you have to work hard. Be gentle, tiny steps, and never take no for an answer, because there are lots of no's in this profession, as we know, right? So don't take no for an answer, and just gentle, tiny, and always kind and loving steps.
And
always.
Just believe in yourself, yes.
Always try and believe in yourself,
Good.
Definitely.
Thank you, Leon. Thank you very much.
Bless you.
It was nice to have you.
Oh, thank you, Vasily.
And hopefully we're going to talk about that again when the time comes, yes. Well, I mean, near the time, you know what I mean.
Thank you, Vasily.
And I have to say thank you to our sponsors, Mr. Melisouris and Anastasia Lodge and Autumn Gardens, and thank you for being with us. Me and you, we're going to be together next Sunday, the same time, with a different face or faces. Have a good night. Thanks.
Καληνύχτα.
Καληνύχτα. Ευχαριστώ.